Good morning. So we are doing the Uddhav Gita, last message of Sri Krishna. This is chapter 14, and the verse that we are doing is 41 onwards. I think we are done till 40, where we were talking about the last thing was about shyness, right? So now we are continuing from there onwards, verse 41. Now, these are the words which we normally think are very easy to understand, but Krishna has a different explanation for them. So, today we are going to do a few of them. So, let us see what he says. So, we are doing Uddhav Gita, chapter 14, the last message of Sri Krishna, verse 41 onwards. Beauty consists in virtues such as spirit of independence. Happiness is the transcending of pleasure and pain. Misery is the hankering after sense pleasures. A scholar is one who can distinguish between bondage and liberation. So these are the words. So he says, beauty consists in virtues such as spirit of independence. Now, when you look at beauty, what do you think about beauty? Now, beauty doesn't mean anything like this, isn't it? You will wonder, how is it that he says it is a virtue such as spirit of independence? Is beauty connected to spirit of independence? See, beauty we think in terms of physical beauty, mental beauty, or something like that, isn't it? So we are thinking that, oh, this person is so beautiful. Beautiful means maybe he has got a good face or she has got a good face, or maybe they look very nice, physical appearance, or they have such beautiful voice. They have such, a beautiful heart. Okay? But Krishna's way of explanation is different. He says it has everything to do with spirit of independence. It's one of the virtues. That means what is Krishna saying over here is you got to be virtuous. Beauty is being virtuous. Beauty doesn't mean the physical or the mental appearance of the person. Beauty actually transcends all these physical aspects of it and the mental aspects of it. It goes to virtues. And in that, he has given an example of the spirit of independence. Now, I want you to understand what is this spirit of independence. Now, let us look at it from one perspective. The entire city of Shenzhen in China is so modified today that you cannot go anywhere without getting recognized. You know how big is Shenzhen? It's a massive city. Massive is not the word. It's a huge city. And imagine you are some foreigner who has come to Shenzhen. And you are crossing the road like you cross in India. You're just jaywalking. It doesn't matter. There's no traffic on the road. You're just walking to go to across the street in less than 20 seconds. 20 seconds. You are debited an amount from your account. Jaywalking, fine, so and so. Where were you jaywalking? At this place, at this corner. If you try to go to any store and say, I have the money to pay you or I have a credit card, The person, even the machine over there doesn't accept the card. Why doesn't it accept the card? Because you have to first swipe it, use your phone, and everything then goes through the system. It's a dystopian society. You sneeze, everybody comes to know. You can't sneeze also in the public, you know that, no, nowadays. If you sneeze, the guys in the blue overalls will come and take you away. Now give an answer to this. Beauty is, think about it, is a virtue which is called the spirit of independence. Man doesn't like to be controlled this way. I want you to think about a life like this in your own town. You are paying today by cards, through your apps, through the phones. You go to the hospitals, you go to dispensaries, you go to the chemist, you go to a meat shop, you go to buy flowers. You are paying to a person who is begging in the streets. And I am not joking. The person is begging in the streets. Or he's just sitting over there, maybe say playing one song. And then he says, when you want to give him some 10 rupees, you know what he says? Phone pay karna. Phone pay karna. Huh? Use your app and then give me the money. I want you to think about it. Where are all these transactions going? In the last 1 year, 2000 rupees notes have been stopped. No, absolutely not one note has been printed in India. Do you know, in 2019, not one 2000 rupee note has been printed. Why is that? You are no longer free. You are tracked at every given place. In the city of New York, there are as many cameras as in the whole of Bangalore and Delhi and another big city put together. Even walking out of your own house, you are tracked. You know that? People across the world are getting scared because of this. All the jobs are getting replaced by machines. Artificial intelligence, they call it. They call it automation, artificial intelligence, and so on and so forth. Krishna says beauty is a virtue which is the spirit of independence. You are no longer independent. Because even a farmer in a small place, let us say there is a village in India somewhere, and this farmer is producing some tomatoes or some kind of other, fruits or vegetables or whatever. Now he is using some for his personal consumption. The rest of it he is trying to sell. He joins a group, WhatsApp group. And in the WhatsApp group, he says, okay, I will supply you 10 kilos. I will supply you 2 kilos. I will supply you 1 kg. Then he has to go through the courier services. Everywhere barcoding. Have you seen that? The payment comes to your accounts. It doesn't come in hand. It comes to your accounts. If I want to even buy 10 rupees worth of stuff, I still have to pay through my apps. And these apps, the government has very clear control. In the last few days, you have seen there is an actress. She tried to delete all her WhatsApp chat and various other chats that she was doing. And the CBI was able to get back all those chats, even after deletion, from her own phone. It does not just require GPS, by the way. People think, oh, GPS nahi hai. I will put my phone on flight mode, they say, flight mode. What do you think? Flight mode is not traceable? You see, you make cakes, just imagine you're making cakes and you're putting them on Instagram. The government knows which day you bought the flour, which day you made the cakes. They know everything. And whether you got stomach upset after eating them. That also they know. They have not only entered into your toilets, they have entered into your lives and in your bodies also. Now think about it. Are you beautiful by any chance? Because even your inside of the body is now traceable. Do you know how inside of your body is traceable? Including your thoughts. What are you thinking? That is also known to the government now. You will ask me, how is that possible? Whatever I am thinking, do you think they know? Well, there is a great person called Elon Musk over there who has put those things in Neuralink in all the pigs of his. Pigs. Very soon you are going to become the guinea pig. And you won't even know that your phone is having it. You're calling my mummy, my daddy, my friend, my girlfriend, and you think that they don't know? Even the smallest of the thoughts that you have. There is no spirit of freedom anywhere for anybody in this world now. So got it? So you want to be beautiful. You got to have the virtue of the spirit of freedom. People are really fighting very hard for it and they are losing. They are not winning and they will not win. Because like I said, we are going into a dystopian society where everything is known. So next time you think that you are wearing a Calvin Klein underwear, you think government doesn't know? They know. Because in that underwear also there may be a small chip embedded which will tell them the temperature of your innermost. I mean, just imagine this kind of stupidity. Yesterday I was telling you about the children and what their thoughts are. They are not looking into the book. The teacher says, you are not looking into the book. You are having a problem. You have attention deficiency. You see, you don't have attention. And the parents are then told, take your children to the psychiatrist. Because they have attention deficit syndrome. Take them there. Very soon this is what is happening and you are going to be a part of it. So you become beautiful soon. Don't get into all these things. Happiness is transcending of pleasure and pain. You see, what we think is happiness. Every person says this word. You know what he says? I am searching for happiness. I am searching for happiness. Sir, you can never be happy. Never. You can join meditation classes. You can join all the Babajis of this world. You can do all the hoo-hoo-ha-has of this world. Of course, you know that or you don't know that? There are some places where they will dance hoo, 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 like that. Or they will have a laughing class. They will stand in the public. 500 people, idiots like them, will stand and laugh away to glory. You will also be laughing now. Look at all these idiots laughing. Why? Happiness. Happiness is never got like this. Happiness comes when you can transcend the yo-yos in your life. He says over here, pleasure and pain. You see, a person loves pleasure most of the time. He likes pleasure. You know why? Pleasure is pleasurable. Stupid word. What is pleasurable? It titillates you. It tells you it's so wonderful. 2 minutes of pleasure, 1 minute of pleasure. Artificial pleasure. Viagra's in this world. I mean, think about it. A person is doing a stupid stuff only for that 1 minute of pleasure. He goes to what lengths? He will go to, websites sneakily. They will go sneakily to the website and they will order an equipment which gives pleasure. Okay? And then when it comes in a brown packet. Amazon sends the brown dabba. And when it comes, they want to open it sneakily somewhere, not telling the world what it is. Why? Pleasure. 1 minute pleasure. This is the way. And then the next thing he says is pain. Please remember this, pain is a part of life. If you don't have pain, you won't understand pleasure also. People, they have a toothache. Ooh. And when they have a toothache, they will sit with the tooth full day. And then they want to go to the dentist. And when they want to go to the dentist, they'll say, why is the dentist charging so much? It is because of your pain. They get pleasure out of your pain. See? You get the point? They get the pleasure out of your pain. My legs are hurting. My back is hurting. Oh! You go to orthopedic or some other, that massage fellow, whatever you call him. What? You have pain, they have pleasure. You have pain, they have pleasure. Answer is, happiness is transcending pleasure and pain. When you don't have pleasure or pain, you have transcended them, these two, then you are happy. Happy feet, happy. See, when you have pleasure, you have that little bit of nice thing. After that, nothing. Then you are a painful character. Do you know how it works? I will tell you. Now, this is a topic which you will have to know why this works and how this works. What is this pleasure and what is this pain? Elon Musk is doing a good job, by the way. He can tweak your brain. Like that. See, he is a guy who talks too much. But there are people across the world who are doing it so silently, you won't even know. Even the baby which is there in front of you, even that person who might have been grown, is like another Dolly. I don't know whether you know about Dolly. It's a clone. C-L-O-N-E, clone. So that person is a clone. You don't even know that. You see, the idea is like this. In your brain, if you have one, most of people don't have. in your brain, there are pleasure centers and there are pain centers. Okay? And all this is governed by neurons, which keep on sending the signals. And how many of them are firing at one time? Thousands and thousands and millions, maybe. They're all firing all over the place. When there is a pleasurable zone in your brain, it lights up. Ah. It's like that. Those Diwali crackers. They will light up. Flower pot, they call it. And after that, it becomes like that. Okay, nothing left in that. The flower pot is over. So that flower pot inside your brain lights up for that moment. And then it subsides. Now you got pain. You hurt yourself. You were trying to call somebody names and you kicked yourself itself. You see, imagine on the phone, you have some person who is, they keep on chattering on the phone. Maybe the bank is calling 100 times to you, saying that you have not paid, you have not paid, you have not paid, you have not paid. And you feel like kicking that person's butt and you just kick that bed where you're sitting. Oh my God, I got the pain. And that fellow says, I'll call you later. Disconnect the phone. And you're, and then you're sitting over there with the pain. It has gone inside there in the brain. Pain in the brain. And then the neurons are firing and they are so happily firing away. And it lasts for not just a moment, because pleasure is tuk and pain is goes on like that. For hours it can go on, no? I mean, have you not noticed pain can go on for a longer time? Pleasure is this much only. So, this pleasure and pain are two things which are connected inside the neurons in your brain, in the places where there are pleasure centers and pain centers. Now, why am I telling this thing in a satsang? I mean, you will wonder, why is he giving us this kind of a lecture? Well, because you are in a pain in the whatever. Okay, understand? Because you will not read, so I have to read for you. Because how many of you knew about Shenzhen? Raise your hands, and nobody is going to raise their hand. You know the reason why? No, I was doing something else. I was just seeing my mail today. See, this is what happens. ADD. Now Guruji is giving us some gali. That is why I am looking up. What is he saying? Most of the people keep their windows closed. You know that. I don't even know who is there, who is not there. Why? Because they love to be incognito. But do you know who I am? So, you see, I was talking about Shenzhen. My Facebook tried to go away. Why? Because I'm telling the right stuff, they don't like to hear it. The internet is listening. Well, coming back to these neurons. In some countries in the world, they are able to numb the places in the brain. There are various chemicals. There are chemical receptors. They act on a certain part of those receptor cells and they are able to remove that particular thing. They numb it. By numbing it, have you seen in all the American Hollywood movies, they will open one small bottle, this much of bottle. They will take a pile of tablets. And then they will be, I'm happy till the tablets are inside my stomach. After that, I am sad. See, that is what happens. So some countries, this has happened. In some countries, the big brother is watching. So you better be okay. And you better show pleasure at all times. You know that fixed expression on the face? It's like that, the photograph of yours on the driving license. Exactly like that. Then you can't smile big, okay? You can't laugh also. That is why most of these countries where there is a lot of money, they like to go to places where they can remove all their clothes and dance away on the sands. Go to Australia, Fiji, or all those countries. Why? Because nobody is watching the thing. See, Big Brother is watching. He has got 1,000 satellites up there. And you are anyway carrying your phone, no? From your country only. You think they don't know? No. So, coming back to our story once again. The idea is the pleasure and pain, the lust, the greed, and the anger. These are connected to these centers, different centers in the brain. You can either go to a psychiatrist or a doctor or a psychologist or all those great people and pay a lot of money because you have anger issues. You get angry for no rhyme or reason. You feel lusty for no rhyme or reason. You see, sometimes people have what is it? I don't know whether you know about this, but I have introduced so many subjects. This also subject I think I can introduce a subject. Maybe tomorrow you will do research on that subject. Just by looking at the shoes of a person, I'm not joking. Just because they look at a high heel de nache tu itni jache, aisa bolte hai na, like that. There is a song on that. So they look at the high heels of a woman and lust comes into them. Do you know about this or no? It is called fetish. Fetish. It's very nice to blame. I saw the high heels, that is why I am lusty. I saw clothes hanging over there, that is why I am lusty. It's very easy. And the brain, it has already created the network for you. It's already there. It says, oh, this guy loves to see all these things. So let us create a network so that he gets more pleasure out of it. And the same way, the brain has created a network for your anger issues. See, the anger is like this. The brain says, the great organ over there upstairs, it creates its own networks. Do you know this? No, you don't know. It says, this person loves to get angry at stupid stuff because that is the pleasure in their life. They love getting angry. See the word I am using? Love getting angry. People love getting upset. People love getting in frenzy. So the brain is already getting wired. You think artificial intelligence is not here also? You see, artificial intelligence means it's supposed to take care of a lot of stuff. It is here also. So in your brain, it is already decided this person loves to get angry. So let me have all the anger neurons ready. So even for no rhyme or reason, anger wells up just like that. There may be no reason. Actually, you can look at all these idiots in this world who get angry. All the idiots in this world who get lusty. All the idiots in this world who get greedy. Look at them and you will understand. You know how greed comes in? They are driving down the street or something like that and they look at another car coming. They say, oh, new model. Okay, Ertiga is now giving out a new model. I want to have that. Why? You saw a new model. Tomorrow you see a new beautiful woman. You want to give up your own old lady, is it? You will also get replaced like this one day. Always remember that. You think you are alone? So, these neurons are getting created to fancy your requirements. The brain and the body says, okay, let me make this for this idiot. Why the idiot? The lower self. Those who understand the lower self and the higher self. So to pander to the person's lower self, the brain or the mind, which is nothing but Krishna himself, by the way, he says, okay, Maya, please let us make some neurons so that this guy gets more anger, more pleasure, more pain. Do you know there are lots of people in this world who are masochistic? Or you don't know that? Have you seen all those triple X films where the person is tied up and then there is a person with one hunter and some kind of they like to kick that person and hit that person and the person gets pleasure out of it. There is pleasure in the pain. So there are lots of people who love to get pleasure in the pain. The body creates this kind of things in your, and the whole neural system up down, not Elon Musk neural system, your own, from here till the end of your body, wherever the nerves are, it creates that, and it says, let me give him more pain. Now I will ask you a question. Think about it. When you are going to the dentist, are you afraid that the person is going to pull out your teeth? Are you afraid, yes or no? And the answer is, yeah, the fellow is going to pull out my teeth. Now, if there is a good female doctor, then I will be happy. As if she is not going to pull out your teeth. So, you are already afraid. You have already created a placebo effect in your body of the reverse kind, nocebo effect. In that, what you have done is, you have already created the fear factor, the pain factor. So even if the person has not touched you, have you seen some of the people, even if the person has not touched, they start feeling pain. It is the same with pleasure. You see, pleasure is like this. I'm going to tell you, but don't try this at home. Disclaimer, don't try this at home. Okay. Now you are with your girlfriend. Okay. All right. Now, just don't do anything. Don't do anything. Just half an inch over that person. Just run your finger very softly. Okay. The person starts feeling immense pleasure. But you have not even touched that person. Did you get it or no? Why? Why are they getting the pleasure even before you have touched them? The reason is because their neurons have started firing. They have already started firing. Now you are doing exercise. Okay. And you are not done exercise for 4 days and now you are suddenly doing. Your brain has thought, oh, this person has given up exercise, so let me not fire for this person. And now you are doing the exercise. Oh, then the brain says, oh my God, no, what am I to do? What am I to do? What am I to do? And he says, oh, we have to give him pain. You know the reason why? Because this person, if he doesn't do, he should not be doing those exercises. And by the time, let us say you are doing your 20th push-up, you're already doing like this. Or if you have lifted those dumbbells or whatever, you are the dumbbell in that, or that dumb boy over there. Those, oh, I got pain in my arms. You see, your brain has already thought of it before only. It is already said, this person, he doesn't want to do exercise. The pleasure comes in not doing the exercise. Let me give him this pain so that he will stop the exercise. Did you get this whole picture or no? I'm teaching you sciences which are actually there or not there, most of it. But the science will be known tomorrow to mankind. Your brain has already created those impulses and it has already started reacting even before you have reacted. Now let us look at anger. Pleasure can come even without doing anything. Like I told you, pain can come even without doing anything. Just by thinking, oh, I got pain, you will get pain. You know, when I was a small person, I said, why the hell should I pay the doctor money? Okay, so I will pull out my own teeth. I say, what kind of a person are you? Sir, I was able to handle all that pain. It doesn't matter. Because I have guided my neural system in such a way that even after double anesthesia also I am not still going under. I told the doctor after I did my surgery, I told him, what the hell were you talking about? And I gave him the full rundown of whatever he and the nurses were speaking. He's saying, you were awake? I said, no, I could hear and I could tell you exactly what you did and which calipers you are using and which cutter you are using and what you are using. I can tell you even that. So he was saying, that is very strange. I said, no, that is not very strange. You see, when people are doing the brain surgery of a violinist, violinist, beep, 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 he does that, all that. They do not put him to sleep. They cut their brain, that fellow's, the skull, they lift it out like this, like a lid. They lift the lid and then they go inside and then they do wiring. And this person is playing. Why? How is that possible? And now think about your pain. Why is it that you feel pain? It's because of you not even able to control your own brain. You have never been able to control your anger or your pleasure or your pain. It's because you have not wired your own system. If you can learn how to wire this system, Krishna has already given this entire thing in all his scriptures, by the way. You may not even know this. Wiring the system is important and it is in your hands. You are your own best friend or your worst enemy. Don't you know that? You can trigger responses like this. You can trigger a response immediately. And I'm not joking about it. But you only should know how to control yourself. If you can control yourself, you can rewire your entire brain. There are people in my world who have never loved to read in their life. And I told them, you should read. And they read. And they were able to do something about it. Later on, their brain got rewired. You don't have to read. Why do you have to read? It's not necessary. Why? You are sleepy. You should sleep for a longer time. Okay? It's like that. Rewiring the brain. And then the brain has already accepted, I can't read. And they will tell me in my face, Guruji, I find it very stupid, to read. Why do I need to read? I am capable. I can talk. I can write just like that. Fake. They are these kind of people. You can control your pleasure, your pain, your anger, and every other issue of your life if you know what can be done, what is to be done. Rewire yourself by knowledge, useful knowledge, directing your mind towards God. Having the songs played in your mind constantly, not just because you want to go and sit in front of Bhagwan and say, hey, like that, Not during that time. The whole day it should be playing at the back of your mind. The whole day the name of God should be there. Let him wire your brain for you. See, I given you this 15-20 minutes talk for you to understand that it is in your hands, you idiot. If you want to get the pleasure, it is in your hands. If you want to numb your pleasure, it is in your hands. If you want to get pain, it is in your hands. If you want to numb the pleasure, it is in your hands. If you want to get angry and upset over stupid things, no value, it is in your hands. And if you want to be amiable, kind, considerate, and loving, it is also in your hands. And don't try to blame somebody else for it. You got to rewire your entire brain and your full neural system on your own. And you may say, it is not possible because I can't go inside my body. You see, the Wuhan virus that is there, whatever it is called, COVID-19. Do you know what people are trying to search for? Do you know what they are actually searching for? They are searching for what is called as a vaccine. And vaccine is not a drug, by the way. Do you know what vaccines are? They will give you those kind of dead cells or dead organisms. They will inject it in your body and they will see in your body whether antibodies are created by the body itself. So the body has got a system of fighting them. It fights. It says, I don't want you, I don't want you, I don't want you. You already have all, I'm sure, as a kid you might have read about white blood corpuscles and this and that. Have you not read about it? Yes. If you get hurt, do you see after a day or so, you get that brown skin or something on top of it? Your body is already healing itself. So you think it cannot rewire itself? You think your anger issues, your lust issues cannot be rewired by you? It doesn't require anybody from outside. So now think about it. Happiness is in transcending pleasure and pain. And it is in your hands. You can be happy when you overcome all this. Because you can then control it. Controlling your own body is so very important. So the next time you don't do exercise for 4 days, you don't go for walk, you don't go to the gym, you don't do your running exercise or whatever, you don't read, you don't write, you don't go and cook. You have rewired your brain into that, saying that I don't want to do this. So please don't do that. Don't leave the habits which will make you disciplined. If you have to be disciplined, make yourself disciplined to that level where you will be doing everything in clockwork precision. If you are getting up at 4:30 in the morning every day or 5 o'clock in the morning, after 3-4 days, your brain is already wired up to say 5 o'clock, wake up, 5 o'clock, wake up, 5 o'clock, wake up. That's what it does. But you know, one day you say, today is Saturday, happy, I'm happy. And then you don't want to get up and you want to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning. And next day, Sunday, I'm happy, I don't want to get up, I'll get up at 10 o'clock. And then the third day, Monday, no Monday blues because festival, Ganesha come. The Ganesha is making you lazy. He says, you know what? Okay, don't get up. So by the time Tuesday comes, you find it very difficult to get up at 4:30 in the morning. You do like this. Why do I need to get up? And then you say, I'll take only 5 minutes nap. And then you go back to sleep once again. 1 hour later, you wake up and you look at your watch. 5:30. Oh my God. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Once in a while, I am doing it. I mean, this is what you tell yourself, Once in a while, I am doing it. Last 3 days was holiday. That's not an exception. Today, I will do an exception. Once only. So today, instead of getting up at 5:30, I'll get up 1 hour later. Or maybe I'll get up at 6 o'clock. And then you wake up, it's already 8 o'clock. Your brain has rewired you. You think in 3 days it can't do? It can produce antibodies in less than a second if they want to. They can produce, your body has the capability of putting all those platelets in place. Suppose you cut yourself. Have you seen in less than half a minute, the whole place is sealed up? Have you seen that or no? See, if you cut your finger while cooking something or something, I mean, hardly any of you cook, but those who cook, if they cut their finger, you know what happens? After some time, you hold the finger like this, then what happens? After some time, it stops bleeding because it has created a mesh network over there. Mesh like this behind. Mesh network over there, and inside it are certain cells which are getting caught. And then it has created a barrier. How much time did it take? A fraction of a second, a fraction of a minute also. Like that. If you are not careful with yourself, the pleasure and the pain, and the anger and the greed, and the lust that you have, and various other negative features that you seem to have a patent and a copyright on. Because most of the people have. They have a copyright on that. I have a copyright on these negative features in this world. So it is like that. You can rewire it by being very, very disciplined in your life, doing things in clockwork precision, arranging your life in such a manner that you don't have to get upset over anything, calming yourself down, becoming very amiable, and feeling yourself full of love. All this is in your hands, not some Krishna upstairs. Otherwise, you will think Krishna is going to come and he is going to play his flute in front of me and he is going to dance his dance over there. And then I am going to get enchanted by it. There is no Krishna coming, sir. Only your Krishna. Everything is happening inside of you. Inside of you, Krishna wants to play the flute and make you a little bit calmer so that you don't get disturbed. Got it? You see, this is a lesson for your lifetime. Remember it, that you are capable of controlling yourself instantly, because that is how you can rewire your entire being. Misery is hankering after sense pleasures. A person becomes miserable. A few days ago, there was one sari hanging in the window. Okay? I had not gone out. So the person says, I want that sari. It is called hankering. Hankering means running after objects. Unnecessary hankering. Hankering after certain things. It is called sense pleasure. My senses are titillated. My eyes love that thing. I want to make batata vada. I want to make cakes. I want to eat bhel puri. I'm saying Indian things, okay? Or I would have said, I love to eat this. I love to eat that. Sense pleasure. I like to hear good music. I like to see beautiful movies. I love serials, not the ones that you eat, the ones that you see. Because those cereals, ones that you eat, you don't want to eat. As a kid, you have eaten and now you are fed up of it. I love to watch serials. Can I see the next part, 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 the next part? Oh, the series is over. I should wait for the next one to start, Poor thing, it is going to start only in the month of January. September, October, November, December. 4 months I have to wait. No, don't worry. September issue will come, October will come, November will come, and December will also come. Then you can wait for it. That is called addiction. You get addicted to things. That is called hankering. Why do you have to do that again and again? Because your senses are interested in it. When you hanker after any sense pleasure, That is called misery. Do you know we have been trying to understand what is misery? You look at a person over there. When you look at that person, you will look at him and you say, when you look at the face only, you can make out that person is so miserable. Because without that, they are not. They have got this thing going up like this, and their facial is like this. They do like this. They're miserable creatures on this earth. And the misery is like that. But why are they miserable? Because they have hankering after sex pleasures and sensual pleasures. I have met some very old people in my life, way back in time. There was a 70-plus-year-old man who had come to see me quite some time back. And he was constantly upset in his life. Why? Because he had a 70-year-old wife who was not interested in doing anything with him. Can you understand the misery? The misery is because sense pleasures were not there for him. Now, the reason why people get miserable in their life, and there are lots of people around you, you can actually see them miserable to the core. Why? Because this is what it is. They are hankering after sense pleasures. They have not got it. Okay? They have not got it. That is the reason why. So they have to hanker after that subject. If you see some diabetic or some person who is having blood pressure or somebody who is having a problem with their, body system, and you tell them, don't eat sugar, don't eat this, don't eat that, don't eat oily stuff, you know what happens to them? Their senses say, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. And then they will tell you 100 lies on your face that they are not eating sugar, they are not eating oil, they are not eating ghee, and yet they are eating. Do you know who I am? I'm the spiritual teacher of yours. I know better than y'all. Because I have seen this body's own mother hiding things in her hand like this from the kitchen and going and eating. I have gone to the fridge of people, I've opened the fridge to see they have sweets from top to bottom. They have oily stuff from top to bottom. They have stuff which they are not even supposed to eat. And sometimes they will look up in all these internet stuff and all that, say olive butter is better. Why? Olive butter is better? And some people will say, no, Guruji, I eat the best oil in the world. Is it? It is called hankering. When you don't get it, you want it. So hankering after sense pleasures will give you misery. So now do you understand what is the explanation for misery? Next time you look at a miserable person, Krishna says he is hankering after something. And don't say he is miserable because he is like that only. They are a pain in the ass because of this reason. They are miserable folks in this world because they have never got something and now they are hankering for it. It can be sex, it can be eat, it can be anything. There are 10 things which you got to think of. 5 organs which are sense organs, is eyes, ears and all that, yes, and 5 organs of action. These 10 things are combining and that is what gives sense pleasures. They are hankering after sense pleasures. You go to the depth of their psyche and you will understand that these guys, these women, whoever they might be, they're actually hankering after certain things and that is why they are miserable. We come to the last. A scholar is one who can distinguish between bondage and liberation. The scholar. Who is a scholar? People will say he is a scholar because he has got a degree. He has got first class. He has got this. He's got that. Krishna says, what is the use of his degree? You can use it as toilet paper. You know, nowadays degrees are worth toilet paper. And if you think you have become some engineer or something like that, very soon you are going to get replaced by machines. And if you think you are doing some great job out there, very soon you are going to get replaced also. Why? Because, yeah, those who are listening to my satsang from the beginning, and if you have not listened, go back and listen. So who is a scholar? A scholar is a person who can distinguish between bondage and liberation. What is liberation? Nothing in this world should attract you. Doesn't mean you have to become a dodo or a numbskull. Okay? Liberation means it is not necessary to get enticed by things. It is not necessary that you need some fancy stuff. It is not necessary that you have to fall for your dirty senses. It is not necessary to get angry and upset. Liberation comes when you can control everything, including that upstairs grey thing if you have. Little whatever you have. If you can control those things, then you are a liberated person. If you can understand what is liberation and if you can understand what is bondage, bondage is you can get tied to a person. You know how a person gets tied to another person? Do you want to know? Let us say you have a wife. Okay? Or a husband. Both will do. The wife keeps on saying, I am not feeling well. Today I am feeling pain in my thighs or my legs. And the husband says to her, okay, I'll take you to the doctor. Takes her to the doctor. And the doctor looks at her and says, okay, I will prescribe you some medicine and gives her. I will take additional 2-3 minutes, so just wait. She comes back home. Her pain is gone even before she takes the medicine. Okay. Few days later, I again got the pain. So the husband takes her to the doctor. The doctor is happy she has come again. Why? He can see money flying in. Yeah, even if it is by app payment, it's okay, doesn't matter. Money, cash it's not a problem. But nowadays, coronavirus, no, I have to add 300 rupees because I am wearing a mask. I have to charge you for it, see. So the doctor charges you for that also. The woman goes back home or the man goes back home, doesn't even take the medicine because they have the habit of forgetfulness. And 2 days later, I am fine now today. I don't have that ache. 10 days later, they again get an ache. By the time it is 1 month or 2 months, that man and that woman has trained their spouse like a dog. Go, come, go, come, go, come, go, come. They have trained that person. If you go to psychology, you will understand how you can train. You know, when you want to train your dog, you can train your people around you to do something by just, acting out. So this woman or this man really acts out so nicely. It's like an effect. And the effect is so beautiful in acting. The other person feels, oh, they are now sick. I have to take them to the doctor. And the person will take them to the doctor. This is how you train a person. And this is what it means, bondage. I was talking about other people. Now I will talk about you. See, if I don't floss, I'm not able to sleep. If I don't put axe oil, I can't have the headache going away. What are you talking about? Do you think the axe oil is responsible for taking your headache away? You are in bondage. And the bondage is what is keeping you tied up in your life. And you can never become a scholar in my world. Krishna says a scholar is a person who understands the difference between bondage and liberation and gets out of both. He's not even interested in bondage. He's not even interested in liberation. Get out of both these things. If you can understand the difference between these two, then you are ready for the show. I still haven't finished the subject. What I will do is, I will continue this last line in the next week's satsang, Saturday. Then I will tell you the real meaning of the word bondage and liberation. I've just given you a few examples for you to chew on. I know you are not going to chew on because, like I said, you have never wired your neurons. You have never wired your brain properly. Satsang is over. Let us get out of this place ASAP. I got a lot of other things to do instead of listening to this idiot talking. And that is what you think. And that's what you become. Full of bondage. So don't do that. Be liberated. Krishna is trying to give a fantastic lesson over here. Listen to it. So I've come to the end of this. Next time I will start from the same last line. And take care. And please rewire your brain properly. Got it? And I'll see you all in the coming week. Take care. Have a great week ahead. Bye.